Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. My name is Tyler Simone, and you are watching Reading in Black. So instead of doing another sit-down discussion type of video again this week, I decided that it would be good to maybe do a reading vlog, which I haven't done in quite some time. I'll link the other reading vlogs that I've done down below in case you're interested, but it was time for a reading vlog, so I will be recording my reading activities all evening long, and you are cordially invited to join me if you want. Because it is the month of March, it is my time to shine. I am hosting this month for Diverseathon 2021, which is a year-long readathon that I am a part of. That is why I have Homegoing here, because I'm starting it today. Super excited about it. I talked about it in my last video. I talked about what it's about and why I decided to choose it. My prompt for March is a book set in Ghana, so this was a perfect choice. Also tonight, I'm going to be reading more of Caste, which I put down for a little bit because I needed a break. It's a little bit heavy at times. It's a little heavy. It's a little sad, disappointing, upsetting. And that doesn't mean it's bad. It's definitely informational. I'm learning a lot and I feel smarter already. I'm only on like chapter 9, but at times it can make me a little upset. So I don't know if you guys watched my video that I put out a few weeks back about me deciding to just put the book down for a little bit. I needed a little bit of a break, but here and there I've been reading chapter by chapter, just doing bits and pieces at a time and not staying on it for too long. That really helps. So I'll be reading a little bit of that tonight, and then also I'll be reading The Vanishing Half, which I am still working through. I'm almost done. I am more than halfway done. I'm on chapter 10. The book has 17 chapters in it, so I'm almost finished. And let me tell you, the book has gotten better and better as I've gotten further and further in it. I'm really enjoying it, and I haven't been able to stop reading it. I've been reading it all day, on and off, since I woke up this morning, so that says a lot. It's pretty good. So yeah, I'll be reading a little bit of that tonight as well. I'm super excited to be recording another reading vlog. Reading vlogs are a lot of fun, so let's get to it. I'm thinking that I should start off with Homegoing because I've been waiting so long to get started on it. I don't want to put it off any longer. A little bit about Homegoing. So Homegoing is a historical fiction novel set in 18th century Ghana, and it follows the family lineage of two half-sisters. One ends up marrying a British Englishman, and the other ends up getting captured and sent off to America and sold into slavery. So as you can imagine, it's going to be pretty interesting, and it's gotten nothing but good reviews from what I have seen. I really love listening to the author Yaa speak about the book. I just like listening to her talk, so I can only imagine how good the book actually is. Part 1, it's called Efia, and Efia is one of the half-sisters that the story revolves around. Let's get comfortable, shall we? I have my water bottle right here. I also have I have a pen, I have a highlighter, I have my lip gloss, all the essentials. The night Efia Ocher was born into the musky heat of Faintland, a fire raged through the woods just outside her father's compound. It moved quickly, tearing a path for days. So Efia's father grows yams, and he left his wife, Baba. They have a new baby, and he went to go check on his yams. Okay. The thing with me is, and some of you may know this just from watching my videos, but I have to make notes of who is who did what, who lives where, and when, because if I don't, I will forget. And that is why my books end up looking a lot like this. There are notes for days. And the thing about the notes is that I include page numbers. I include page numbers and different topics or important things that happen so that when I'm finished with the book, whether or not I'm going to redo a review on YouTube or whatever, at least I can have key moments in the story. You know what I mean? A fire rage to the woods. That's just with a new baby. Oh, okay. So Afia is the new baby that we're talking about. What are the odds that the night that you're born, a huge fire happens and it tears through a bunch of land? Is that a sign? What I noticed right away is that she is including actual information about life in Africa within the story. So she's saying that people in the village were saying that Afia was born of the fire and that this was the reason why her mother, Baba, had no breast milk. And because she had no breast milk, Afia was nursed by Cobb's second wife. So right off the bat, we know that Cobb, Afia's father, had multiple wives, and when one mother could not breastfeed, then another woman would do it for her, which is very interesting. The men of the village knew that first blood would soon follow, and they waited for the chance to ask Baba and Cobb for her hand. 12 years old. Can you imagine getting married at 12 years old? You just got your boobs. You just got your boobs. What was I doing at 12? Definitely not getting married. Definitely not getting married. And that's just the culture. That's just the culture there. It's just bizarre to think about what I was doing when I was 12 and the fact that I was nowhere near ready to be married to anybody. Now, of course, abuse is just absolutely off the table. It's a no-go. It's a red flag. It's not good. Negative. No. But the way she describes abuse in this part of the book is amazing. The lion plucked the tree from the ground where it stood and slammed it back down. The tree stretched its branches in protest, and the lion ripped them off one by one. It's so good, but the image is terrifying. But it's so good. This is going really good so far. It's really easy for me to follow along, not only because I'm taking notes, but because the way that she writes is just super easy to follow along with. I do feel like I'm going to take a little bit of a break and go make some tea or something. I kind of want to do a little bit of yoga. I think I'm going to take a little bit of a break and then get back to reading. Hello again. Now that I've had a little bit of a break, I do want to read a little bit more of Caste. I know some of you may have heard of it. I've talked about it before. Some of you may have already read it. It is basically a novel that really dives into the caste system, which is this invisible social order that our society has been founded on for years and years. It is the categorizing of human beings based off of physical characteristics and race. It is the ladder of humanity. It is human ranking, basically. So as you can see, It's a lot sometimes, but it is interesting. I will say that. It is interesting. Earlier today, I actually finished chapter 8, which is called The Nazis and the Acceleration of Caste. And it basically covers the infatuation that Germany and the Nazis had for the way the United States ran the society, as far as how they maintained the superiority of one group and just the overall way in which the United States kind of kept different races and different people in their place, if that makes sense. Which is kind of bizarre because the people that actually live here, especially nowadays, we are absolutely not okay with discrimination and all of these things, the way in which some people are treated. And Germany felt like the way the United States was doing things was just the epitome, and they wanted to emulate it. And that is actually disturbing. I was supposed to be reading, but I just want to talk to you guys about what I've learned so far. I mean, why not, right? Okay, so there's a difference between racism and casteism. And when I read about it, it made perfect sense. And I started to realize that a lot of the time we use the word racist or racism when it's not really racism that's taking place, it's casteism. Here's the difference. It says, any action or institution that mocks, harms, assumes, or attaches inferiority or stereotype on the basis of the social construct of race can be considered racism. Any action or structure that seeks to limit, hold back, or put someone in a defined ranking seeks to keep someone in their place by elevating or denigrating that person on the basis of their perceived category can be seen as casteism. Casteism is the investment in keeping the hierarchy as it is in order to maintain your own ranking, advantage, privilege, or to elevate yourself above others or keep others beneath you. In the United States, racism and casteism frequently occur at the same time, or overlap or figure into the same scenario, which is why I think people get confused between racism and casteism, but I also don't think that people know what caste is. They don't know that it exists, so therefore they kind of just lump it all in one and call it racism. But they're two very different things. Okay, let's talk about this. Let's talk about this really quick. It says, in everyday terms, it is not racism that prompts a white shopper in a clothing store to go up to a random black or brown person who is also shopping and to ask for a sweater in a different size. That is not racism. That is casteism. Do you get it? Because if someone who is white is in a store with someone who is black and they assume that the black or brown person works at the store, if they just assume that they are an employee rather than another shopper, then that is being casteist. It's not being racist because there's no hate there. There is no, there's no actual hate there on the basis of race. It's just assuming that someone is inferior to you, if that makes sense. She talks about it in the book. But with the caste system, it's nothing that's really said. It's just there, and because it's just there and it's invisible, it's so powerful and it's so ingrained in our everyday life, and we just subconsciously feel these certain things, or we subconsciously think that the world is supposed to be a certain way and certain people hold certain positions and other people don't, and that's just the caste system at work, really. I've been talking for 20 minutes already. Okay, I gotta move on. I need another break. I don't know why it's so hard for me to get through reading today. I have been reading all day though. I woke up this morning at about 10 or so, read for a few hours, and then I read with you guys a little bit later on, so I'm a little bit burnt out, but it's okay. We're gonna make it through. I really want to finish the Vanishing Half like soon because I'm starting on Homegoing, so I need to finish this up. I'm almost done, and it's great. It's great. Today's just been a little bit of a I will make it through. Let me know down in the comments if you guys have read The Vanishing Half by Brit Bennett. I'm still working on it. She hadn't wanted to be a mother at first. The idea of pregnancy terrified her. She imagined pushing out a baby that grew darker and darker. But after she'd given birth, she felt overwhelmed with relief. The newborn in her arms was perfect. Milky skin, wavy blonde hair, and eyes so blue they looked violet. This is a real life thing. People have a real life fear of having dark-skinned babies, and I find that to be really odd, to be honest with you, especially if you are dark-skinned already. I personally don't get it, but that fear really does exist, and I don't know if it's more so because of what dark-skinned people face in real life, or if they just think that lighter skin is more beautiful. I mean, neither one of those reasons make it right to be afraid that your baby's going to be dark skinned, but I mean, it's just a weird thing. I think I might read a little bit more right before I go to bed, but I do want to close this vlog out and say that I'm so happy that you decided to hang out with me. Thank you for watching this video. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you want more reading vlogs like this, please do let me know, because I mean, I enjoy recording them, so yeah, let me know down in the comments if you want to see more reading vlogs. Hopefully you are joining me this month for Diverseathon 2021, reading a book set in Ghana. As I said before, I'm reading Homegoing. I've started it today, and I'm super excited to get into it. It's so good already, and I just can't wait. So with all of that being said, I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you have a great rest of your day or night, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.